How's it going, y'all? It's Nixis here. My setup is a little different. If you guys have been keeping track of my posts, I am at my dad's house for the weekend celebrating my birthday. I celebrated with my brother. His birthday is also in October, but his birthday's a little later than mine, so we just made a dedicated weekend, and we're just celebrating both of our birthdays at the same time. I promised y'all that I was gonna have this video out, and by God, I'm going to get this video done by any means necessary. So I was told that there was a second JT diss for Cardi B, and I did my reaction to the first one, and it got quite a bit of controversy. And I have something I want to admit to y'all. I was wrong about the JT diss. I was wrong. I'm woman enough to admit my mistakes. I'm wrong about judging it the way that I was judging it. I was holding it to the same standards as, the diss tracks that I've heard recently, like the Kendrick Lamar's diss tracks, even Drake's diss tracks, honestly, for as, as corny as Drake is and for how much I drag him through the mud. I can give credit where credit is due. His diss tracks all the way up until the Heart Part 6 were actually fire. They were good songs. They were catchy to listen to. The bars were good. They were cleverly written. Even if he didn't write them himself, they were very cleverly done. They are good diss tracks. Pusha T's, even the Joey Badass and Ray Vaughn diss battle that we had. So it's my fault. I'm taking responsibility for holding her diss track to the same standard, because I have to understand that she is not in the same league as those rappers, not even close. And so to compare and judge her diss tracks to that of that caliber is extremely unfair to her and to the fans that follow and like her music. So I am not going to be judging it by those standards. I'm going to be judging it by much lower standards. If you don't like the last reaction, by God, you're gonna hate this one. Because I realize now that in my error, my yearning for Black people to achieve something greater on an intellectual level, and for the hip hop genre to evolve into something more, I judged the diss track unfairly. I judged it as an intelligent piece of work and not as playground insults, which is what it was. That's what it was. There's really no beating around the bush on that one. Her writing pen is not even close to the same level as her male competitors. And so I just have to acknowledge that. And I'm not saying that Cardi's on the same level as them too, but I will acknowledge that Cardi's diss was a little more cleverly written. It was very direct, no subliminals. The energy that she puts behind it and the conviction behind every single word that she says. You don't have to agree with her or her music or what she chooses to put in her songs. I don't necessarily agree with what she puts in her music. Like I said before, I hate when rappers talk about their vaginas and their asses all the time. Like, women are more than their outside extremities, and I wish that there were more mainstream female rappers out there who didn't fall into that narrative of, women are only worth their outside features and their outside extremities. I want rap that's enriching for not just for our male audience, okay, but I want rap that's empowering for our female audience too. And I've been seeing everybody judge the diss track differently from how I judged it. They were judging it like people that were watching a Little League baseball game. And they were like, come on, don't be too hard on her. Don't be too hard on them. They're just kids. They're not Major League Baseball players. Don't judge them so harshly. And you're right. They're not pros. So I'm not going to judge JT's diss track on a professional level because she's not a professional. So that's my bad, my L. I'm going to take that L and I'm going to learn from my mistakes. We're going to judge it on the rudimentary, elementary, little league rapping that it is.
All rise for the national slander. Bad bitch salute. Ugly husband. We are now entering I don't give a fuck nation. As well, I'm the motherfucking president.
So already we're starting off with a very dramatic. I'm getting the same vibes from this. It's like it's trying to imitate the beginning of Am I the Drama with, you know, the very dramatic music, the very dark undertones in the production. It's almost like post-apocalyptic, and then, you know, the very theme, the like the news broadcasting and everything, talking about Cardi B, apparently painting her as like a serial killer or something like that, or like some armed and dangerous, you know, multiple homicides, stuff like that. It's already reminiscent of Dead, which is still, in my opinion, the best song on that album. Because, I don't know, it's just the goth in me. I love that dark shit. It's just that right there. She says, all rise for the petty bitch anthem. No, all the, you were, it was like all rise for the slander, petty bitch anthem, ugly bitches sit down. Let me devolve my hip hop intellect. Let me devolve my intellect into basic, shallow, no substance reactor. I'm gonna pretend that that was a hard ass line. We're gonna go ahead and lower our standards. We're gonna lower our standards because we're not comparing her to the likes of Kendrick and J. Cole and fucking Tupac and Jay-Z and even Drake. We're not comparing her to them. She's not like them. She has a vagina. Clearly her rapping needs to be evaluated on a different level because she has a vagina and they don't. It is what it is. It's just science. I don't make the rules. Okay, so that's the first half. I think I found the right one. Hold on. So she basically combined the two diss tracks. I'm not sure. I can't find the other one. Are they the same? Is it like a different one? For a diss track that she wanted to be public, this bitch really is like hard to find. Like, why is this so fucking hard to find?
Ladies and gentlemen, JT is not done with Cardi B. Now, let me just tell y'all, this is one of the hardest battles to keep track of. I'm not gonna lie to you. I go back and look at Kendrick versus Drake, Joyner versus Tory, Joey versus everybody, and I go back and realize we were spoiled. Pusha versus Drake. It was so organized, and with these females, they tweeting, deleting the tweets. And apparently she dropped these tracks and she took them down from streaming. I don't know, but
she put them up and then took them down? Y'all JT eaters, you're dumb. I'll say it. You're dumb. You're dumb. Just stop. Just what? Why? Why even defend her? Why even defend that type of behavior? Why even defend it? She took down both diss tracks from streaming platforms. Both of them. She took them down. They're gone. So, like, is that what we're doing now? We're just putting up diss tracks only to delete them? We're just putting out diss tracks on entire people in real life who exist in real life just to delete them from streaming? Say what you will about Cardi. Y'all can call her whatever kind of ugly, fucking pathetic that you want. She didn't take down her diss tracks. She in fact, she put the diss tracks in the album that's currently platinum. She put both diss tracks, JT's and Bia's, in the album. She didn't take them down from streaming platforms. What are you afraid of, JT? What are you scared of? Why are you so scared of this woman that you claim to hate so much? You were talking all this shit, calling her every kind of bitch and hoe in the book, but you can't stay true to your word. You can't keep it up. You can't stand 10 toes in the dirt. You can't stand your ground. Is it because of what Saucy Santana had to say about the whole rap beef? Maybe that's why you took it down, because Santana exposed you for being fake, and exposed you for getting pretty much ignored by the woman that you were, sticking your neck out for. Like, you jumped in on this beef between Cardi and Nicki and took Nicki's side, and then the same bitch whose side you took completely ghosted you, like left you in the dust, left you to the wolves. Is that why you took them down? Because you realized that you really have no allies, like none? Because you alienated all of them. Is that why you took them down? I can't respect that. I can't respect that. As a musician, as an artist, as just a human being, I can't respect that. If you say something about somebody to the point where you make an entire diss track on them, two of them, and you don't stand on that, I'm sorry, I don't respect you, because that means that you're not genuine. You're fucking fake. Cardi talked her shit, and she kept it on the album. She said what she had to say on Wax, and it's still there. Yours, you said all this bullshit, nothing of substance, by the way, elementary school bars, and then you took them down. So, like, nobody can find the supposed second diss track that you made, because the fucking thing is gone. I literally had to go to a different reactor's channel to see what the fuck happened to your diss tracks, to your other diss track, to all of the ones. And like your little JT fucking eaters were going at the comments super crazy. Calling, stooping to your same level of ignorance, throwing out elementary school insults. And, fucking getting butthurt because I dared speak ill about their goddess. I dared invoke her name in a negative way. Oh, and then you go and do this? I don't understand. I can't respect you. I can't respect that. I'm sorry, I don't respect that. I'm not saying this out of malice or hatred of you. I don't care, because I don't care. I don't know you. But judging off of your actions are inconsistent, JT. You put out tweets talking shit. You delete the tweets. You drag people into the beef that don't need to be in the beef. And then you backtrack when it blows up in your face. You put out diss tracks on somebody, taking the side of this mentally ill woman who clearly needs psychological help. It didn't get the reaction that you wanted, so you take it down. You put out another diss track. People still didn't like it, so you take that one down too. Even artists who put out work that isn't their best will still keep it up there, because there is always an audience for something. And clearly there was an audience for your trash ass diss tracks, because all of these reactors kept saying that it was fire. They were hyping you up, saying that you walked her, that this was the hardest diss track they'd ever heard. I'm not saying that's what they said. I'm hyperbolizing for comedic effect. But like that's how they were reacting to it. They swore on their mama that this diss track was hard, even though it wasn't. And then people in the comments were like, I don't understand why the reactors are acting like this shit was hard. These bars were basic. We had the greatest set of diss tracks to ever grace the hip hop culture from both Kendrick and Drake. I'll say it. And then and we're supposed to sit here and act like this shit was hard? We're supposed to act like this is on the same level? You can be disrespectful and still have substance behind your bars and behind your lyrics. Like, yeah, you're rapping. The whole point of lyricism and writing your own shit is to weave a creative way to insult somebody. That's the art of a diss. That is the art of a diss track. Is that it's not just elementary school insults being thrown onto a fucking beat straight off of Pro Tools. It's a clever way of insulting somebody. For all of my D&D people who play Dungeons and Dragons, it's like vicious mockery, where you come up with unique and creative insults to hurl at your opponent. It's like vicious mockery, but on a hip hop beat, on some 808s. If you're not coming up with a creative way to disrespect your opponent, then it's not a diss track. You're just throwing out insults. You're just insulting her on a track. And that's why people are able to shrug it off so well, is because there's no substance behind it. There's no body to it. It's just fucking playground insults over a trap beat. And we were supposed to think that this was hard? Like, what the fuck? I have said hip hop is evolving. Let hip hop evolve, god damn it. Let hip hop evolve. Stop trying to drag everybody's mindset back into this ignorant dumbassery of just we can say whatever the fuck on a beat and just expect people to deride it and say that it's fire. No. We are evolving as a culture, and we are leaving the uneducated ones behind. The ones who don't want to evolve with the rest of us, leave them behind. We are leaving them for the streets. We are seeing it happen with Drake, with Nicki, with Lil Wayne, with Birdman, and now we're seeing it with JT. The people that don't want to evolve, we're seeing it with Young Thug. The people that don't want to evolve are being left behind. And that's a good thing. That is a good thing, because then it paves the way. It moves this bullshit out of the way, and it makes room for actual creative artists who have something to talk about, who have a platform, who now have a platform where they can express themselves and they can bare their soul on the mic. People who are actually bringing something of substance to the table now have a chance, because we have brushed away all of the filler, all the useless trash that these fucking rappers are putting out, this brain rot shit. And we are allowing artists who actually have something real to talk about into the hip hop scene. Let the bullshit die. Public service announcement to the hip hop culture. Let the brain rot die. Let it go. Let it go. It's not beneficial for us. It's not enriching for our minds. It's not providing anything of substance, nothing to think about or chew on or fucking like debate over. It's not. Kendrick, people are still analyzing Kendrick's diss tracks to this fucking day. To this day. People are still analyzing Clips, their music, to this day. People are still analyzing Eminem's music to this day. There are new artists coming into the scene who have vocal chops, who have rapping ability, who write their own stuff, and they don't write basic elementary bars. They actually have something that's powerful. They have messages that they need to spread to the world. They didn't have a platform to show that. They didn't have a platform to spread these messages because we've been glorifying literal garbage. We have put trash on a pedestal. And now people like Kendrick and Clips and fucking Tyler the Creator and even the up and coming artists, they have fucking turned over these pedestals. They have brushed away the bullshit. And they were like, we are here to give you substance. We are here to reawaken your minds, Black people. Because we don't want to see our people in ignorance anymore. Because we were intelligent. We were an intelligent people, y'all. We were judges. Like, our ancestors were fucking geniuses. We were inventing things. We were evolving society. White people had to catch up to us. Now we've fallen so far behind that we have re-immersed ourselves in the stereotype that Black people are ignorant, that all Black people are stupid, that Black people can't fucking think for themselves anymore. And it's fucking bullshit like this. And it's how hard these people will defend this shit too. Literal trash. Just this messy fucking degenerate behavior that y'all will continue to make excuses for and glorify and fight for. While the real artists who are choosing to rise above the stereotype are being overlooked. Because y'all would rather have literal slop shoveled down your gullet like a fucking mother bird feeding her young than something that's actually enriching, something that's actually beneficial for your health, for your mental health. Y'all would rather have literal slop, literal overly processed slop over something that's actually beneficial for the mind, something that's actually beneficial for the soul. I was gonna react to it. I was gonna react to the diss track, but I'm sorry, after hearing that, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that. Because I'm not contributing to that. I'm not contributing to that bullshit. And y'all can fucking hate me if you want to. But, like, I'm sorry, I'm choosing to be better. Cardi's album, yeah, she has the pussy bars in there. I don't like them. I don't think that they're necessary. Like, it irks me. Yes. But the album also is very introspective. It has substance. She talks about her pain dealing with her divorce. She talks about her struggles mentally going through what she went through with Offset. She talks about the strain that was put on her from all of these controversies that she's been through, from all of the people speaking ill on her name, from all of these people projecting their own insecurities onto her, making her out to be the villain in every story. And so she was like, yeah, you know what? If y'all want to paint me as the villain, fine. I'll be the fucking villain. But in this case, she's not doing what Drake did to where he quite literally became the villain. He quite literally became the villain to hip-hop culture. She didn't file a fucking lawsuit against Reactors and the label over a diss. She didn't do that. Yes, the Twitter shit is immature. It's childish. It's messy. It's stupid. I'll say it. Your beef, if you have issues with somebody and you're a rapper, I believe it's like almost law. By hip hop law, it has to be on wax. Like, leave the Twitter shit, like I said, leave the Twitter shit for the hoes, bro. We're better than this. Beefing on Twitter is what we did 10 years ago. That is some elementary school bullshit. We could do so much better than going back and forth on a platform where 50% of the population are racists, the other 50% are fucking incel virgins who have never known the love of a woman. And then like that 0.8% is just that 0.8% actually has a functioning brainstem, but they're lost under the layers of dumbassery. I'm not reacting to it, man, because I listened to the other half of the diss through reaction channels, and it was all the same shit. It was just the same fucking insults over and over again. No substance. Zero. I have so many more things that I would rather do with my time than react to this fucking garbage. Like, wake up, y'all. Wake the fuck up. Please. For black people all around the hip hop world, wake the fuck up and start actually wanting more out of your rappers. Start expecting more out of your rappers. Start holding your artists to a higher standard. Because this old fucking lazy and tired hack shit, it's old. It's gotten old. We don't want that shit anymore. But that's all, y'all. This turned into a rant. And, I'm sorry that it did. But after I found out that information, I just couldn't do it. I tried to be as neutral and transparent as I possibly could to try to see the situation, from a purely centrist perspective. But I'm sorry, I can't defend that behavior. I won't defend that behavior because then I would be going against my ideals as a person. I would be going against my ideals as a black woman. And I'm not fake. I'm not phony. I'm not two-faced. I stand on my fucking shit. The song was trash. It was trash. Absolute booty water. If y'all don't like it, oh fucking well. If that's what you rock with, fine. I don't care. But just know that the rest of us that actually want to listen to something of substance and of value to our fucking minds, we're going to leave these artists like JT, like Drake, like Young Thug, like Nicki Minaj. We're leaving all of them in the past. Because when we grow up, we put all childish things behind us. And we have done that. That's what we've been doing. We have grown up as a culture. We expect more as a culture. And we are not going to sit here and enable this fucking garbage just because they're women. What, because they're women, they don't deserve to be evaluated, they don't deserve to be held to the same standards as male rappers? The same bitches that, bitch and whine and complain about equality. If you want equal rights, that's equal rights on both fronts. So if y'all want equal rights so fucking bad, then why aren't you judging the female rappers the same as the male ones? Why aren't you holding their rapping abilities to the same standards? Why aren't we judging their abilities on the same level? Because there are a lot of trash male rappers out there too that are being glazed harder than a Krispy Kreme donut, that are on the same level, if not lower, than JT. But y'all will swear up and down that they're the best fucking rapper alive. In my opinion, Young Thug is on the same level as JT. If we're basing it off of pure rapping ability. Same level. Just mindless ignorance. Ignorant for the sake of being ignorant. Because it's that street mentality, y'all. If y'all want to stay in the streets mentally, if y'all want to stay in that fucking project mentality, by all means, go ahead. Be my guest. But there's a reason why these rappers don't want to fucking stay in the projects. Because it's not good for you. Mentally or physically. People try to make it out of the hood for the sole purpose of not going back. But a lot of these rappers who make it out of the hood, they don't get rid of that hood mentality. Like, you can take the man out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of the man. It's not true. There are a lot of people who have made it out of the hood who have abandoned that hood mentality. Because we all have free will as people. We all have the free will to look within ourselves and be like, maybe acting like a ratchet fucking ex-convict isn't such a good idea because it perpetuates a negative stereotype for a lot of people who grew up in the same situation that I did. Maybe I shouldn't act that way. Maybe I should act like I have some fucking class. Which is why I can't respect JT. Because she literally she's belittling Cardi for choosing not to stay in the hood and in degenerate places where we're already stereotyped to be in. She's like, oh, fuck them people in Fashion Week. I'm in the club throwing ass. Why is that a positive thing to be proud of, JT? Why is that something to brag about? That's not a flex, bro. That's literally getting mad at somebody for making it out of the hood and like choosing to stay out of the hood in all aspects. You're almost like trying to say she's not black because she doesn't fucking dwell in the grimiest part of the hood, throwing ass cheeks in a nasty, sweaty, dirty ass nightclub. Which she did. She was a stripper, but she doesn't do that anymore because she's matured. She doesn't have to do that anymore because she's not struggling anymore. She has money now. Which means, like, if you have money, you don't have to lean back on old habits because you don't, what's the point? You've already achieved your dreams. You should be happy. You should be satisfied. And also she knows she has a lot of eyes on her now. So if she's, a big major artist and she's going to dirty, grimy ass clubs, throwing it back like your average stripper, obviously that's going to tarnish her image as a rapper or as a personality. It's going to tarnish her reputation, JT. If you knew even the slightest thing about PR and about, maintaining a good reputation, you would understand that. And the same with Nicki, man. She clowned everybody, but she's married to a sex offender. She had a baby by the sex offender. She took the sex offender's side, actually, and threatened the person that was assaulted by her husband. Threatened her if she told anybody about what happened. Called Cardi's kids monkeys multiple times and roaches. And then put out this fake ass backhanded apology to her daughter that said, I'm not going to apologize for what I did, but I'm just going to put myself on a pedestal and act like I insulted you for a bigger purpose, and then proceed to insult you some more in the apology note. But y'all want to defend that behavior. Okay, No, y'all, it's good. Y'all can defend that shit. I don't give a fuck. It's not my lane. Not my lane. It's not my lane. I stay far away from those fucking rabid ass hyenas. I stay far away from them because they're all fucking sisterhood of the traveling mental institution. That's what they are. They are all fucking crazy. And they can be crazy together by them fucking selves. They can be crazy over there in the corner while the rest of us sane people will just continue living our daily lives in peace. But as always, I have been Nixes, and I will see y'all in the next video. See ya.